Hi, Pack fans. Jeff Gravely here with the new offensive coordinator, Tim Beck of NC State. All right, Coach, you can tell me right now, what's your first play in the playbook?
Touchdown.
There you go.
Right?
Love it.
You gotta love that one, right?
There you go. You've known Coach Doran for quite some time. Mm-hmm. How far back did you guys first meet, and how did you stay connected?
Actually, I met Coach when I was a high school coach in Texas, and Coach was recruiting the area. That's when I first met him, and he did a great job. I had a lot of respect for him coming in as a recruiter, recruiting our players, and then eventually went to the University of Kansas where he was at, and that's how we got connected.
And stay connected?
Yeah,
somewhat.
stay connected for all these years.
And now it's come full circle.
Yes, very excited, very excited. Great leader, great person, great coach, and I'm excited to finally have the opportunity to work with him.
What led you into coaching?
I grew up in an environment of, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, so it's kind of a cradle of coaches. There's a lot of great ones that have.
Cardinal Mooney, the Pelini brothers, the Stoops brothers?
Yeah, we all kind of played together. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Trussell was at Youngstown State at the time. And so there's a lot of great names, a lot of great coaches from that area. So, it kind of got into my blood. And as a kid growing up in the neighborhood, you'd go down to the street and our street would play the other street in football. And
nothing like street league football.
No, it was great. I tell you, it was awesome to go. It was 1 yard down the street. He didn't even have kids. We used to just go play in his yard. He didn't even care.
And now you're on the big time. You've called some big time plays and some big time programs. What was it about NC State that really drew your interest to come here?
Again, Coach Doran, I have a tremendous amount of respect for him, who he is, what he does. I've heard this is a great area, great people. I've been here about a week, and all of it's true. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy so far the people that I've met, the things that I've seen, and I think I could help. I see a group of young guys starving, to continue to learn, to compete, to play at a really high level, and that's my goal, is to bring all that stuff to them.
You've also worked with some incredible quarterbacks. You'll be working with quarterbacks here. What do you try to instill in them to get them to their highest efficiency and success level?
Yeah, as far as technique, mechanics, things like that, they gotta understand defense, number one. Number two, they gotta understand the offense, right? The game's really a simple game, right? We could overanalyze it and overcoach them till they're like paralyzed, right? But I always tell the guys, like, go where they ain't. It's really that simple. Mm-hmm. Just go where they're not. So if we could figure that out and say, here's our offense, here's their defensive structure, here's where they're overloading or trying to play, and here's our offense, and here's how I get the ball to the weakness of that defense, then we're in good shape.
How much has offensive philosophy evolved and changed over the years?
It has, some of the RPO stuff and the things we're going to be doing is different and unique. However, I see more change defensively, trying to stop the creativity of the offensive coaches. So there's times you'll play defenses now that are unsound. And, I always tell coaches, like, it's hard enough to block a sound defense, let alone one that's an unsound defense. Mm-hmm. And the conference I just came from was similar. There was a lot of stuff because of the quarterbacks, the passing in that league, and the playmakers. There was a lot of defense to stop it.
We all know recruiting is such a big deal. Mm-hmm. Your daughter Haley plays volleyball at Coastal Carolina. You've been through the process as a parent, seeing the recruiting side of that. Did it change you at all? Does it change your perspective when you go and visit with athletes?
I think one of the things that kind of stuck with me a little bit was, like, when you go recruiting, or like when my daughter got recruited, these players get recruited, to sit there and say your son's going to get an education. When they told me, like, my daughter's going to get an education, I was like, no kidding. Like, she's going to get an education whether you're here or not. Mm-hmm. Like, because of who I am and who she is, it's what can you do for her? Like, what are you going to provide for her as a mentor? Mm-hmm. What are you going to provide for her or these young men? What are you going to provide for them as mentor? What's life after football look like? What are the relationships are you going to be with, right? So is it a family environment? Do you know, like, when I bring guys into our program, right, they come into the quarterback room and they're on offense, but particularly my room, like, I'm going to know their girlfriends and the cars they drive and where they live and who they hang out with, right? Because I do with my son and my daughter, so it's like I'm going to know the same thing. That's family, right? So you can't just act it, you got to be about it, and I think that's been a big help in terms of the recruiting, because I think in the end, parents, there is a wow factor of facilities and wins and trophies and bowl rings and all that. That's really impressive. But in the end, how are you going to take care of my kid?
Exactly. And are you going to take care of my kid? Let's step away from football a little bit. What do you like to do to get away?
Honestly, I grind pretty hard, so I like to just downtime. I like the beach. I like spending time with my kids, as much as I can. They've obviously sacrificed a lot for me,
right.
And our time away. So when we can, we like to take trips and just spend time together.
Favorite meal?
Whew.
And you can go a couple now. You don't have to have, it's not the Last Supper.
Yeah, it's not the last, anything Italian. Like,
okay.
I love Italian food, obviously, grew up in that kind of neighborhood, but, all your pasta stuff, I love it. But then I'm a big chicken wing guy too, so.
Bingo.
Big
there you
chicken
go.
wings, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So what's your musical taste? What do you like to listen to?
Very eclectic, depends on the mood, right? Depends from Jimmy Buffett to hard rock. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'd probably listen to about everything depending on what I'm doing, where I'm doing it at.
And what mood you want to portray.
That's right, exactly.
Coach Beck, welcome to the Wolfpack.
Thank you,
Glad
man.
to have you in
Appreciate it.
town.
Excited to be here.